morning. Welcome to Frank's School. Now, we're going to lay this first 6 pallets on these the joists and what I call the subsills. But there's something that might trouble you here. We are going to move these pallets. We're not going to center the pallets on these things. We're going to move the pallets. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. We're going to move them to the outside edge here and there. Now, as we go up the building, there's going to be 1.25 inches here for the bent. But here it's more important that the pallets go out to the edge because the bent is not going to come down here. It's going to stop at the sill, which is going to be above this. So we're moving them outward. Now, the pallets are 48 inches long. They're GMA pallets, Grocers Manufacturers Association pallets. I'll tell you about that later. But since we're going to move them out, that's going to mean that they're not going to be centered here. And I need to introduce, we're shifting them what's called outboard toward the outside. I'll use that later. Now, purchase is another word I've got to introduce to you. Purchase is how much material you've got to land on something, really. And the purchase now normally would be 1.25 inches. That's for the bent. That's for the bent going up through the whole building. And you'd have 2 3/8 and 2 3/8. That would be your purchase if it were centered. But it's not going to be centered. So we're stealing 1.25 inches from that purchase going that way, which is going to be left with 1 1/8 inches purchase here, an extra 1.25 inches here, which doesn't matter, and we're going to have the standard 2 3/8 here. So we're basically shifting it that way. When I'm just telling you this because if you've done everything as I've said and you lay these pallets down and you look at that, you're going to be troubled because this is not going to be centered. But I didn't say anything about nailing. If it really bothers you enough, you could take a sledgehammer and bump this joist over so this were centered. But I would not. I'd leave it like that. Now, I don't know if you could follow that or not, but when I go outside and actually build this, I'll be able to show you better. Bye for now.